to school season is here, and with it, the return of extracurricular activities. They're a lot of fun, but the costs add up quickly. Lin Evans from Bank of America joins us to talk about budgeting. I actually just got the bill for my first round of payments for baseball and dance, and it all hits at the same time.
Yes, it does.
So I understand the challenges. Okay, so what is the impact on a larger scale of extracurriculars on children?
Well, besides our pocketbook, also there is research from the U.S. Department of Education that shows that there are profound impacts on students who participate in extracurricular activities. Students who participate in activities outside of the classroom experience higher levels of academic achievement, enhanced social skills, and boosted self-esteem, exposure to time management. I mean, I need that. Maybe I need to get an extracurricular activity, opportunities to prioritize what's important, and an environment that fosters passion and interest as they are exposed to new activities and new people, which is really great.
Absolutely. And team sport, they just teach so many lessons. It's so important.
Yes.
Okay, so how can parents and families figure out how to budget these high costs in? I mean, you think about not only the cost to play, but also the cost for equipment.
Oh, yeah.
The cost in time that it takes on a family just to get the child to the practices and the games.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, sports are, they unite us, right? So we want to find a way to budget for those things. And one of the things I'm learning as I get into my older years is our time costs us something as well, too, right? So it's really, we're going to think about, we're making a budget, right? We make a budget for everything, but we're adding that line item for extracurricular activities now, sports, whatever it is. Do some research on how much those activities are going to cost before you sign up. The more specific you can be, the better, but sometimes we don't quite know until the season gets going. That way those activities are part of your spending plan and not something you have to scramble for funds at the last minute. But you mentioned a good one. What about travel, right? For competitions or tournaments or stuff like that. Equipment is a huge thing. I mean, if you have an 8-year-old boy, you're buying new shoes every handful of months, and that adds up after a little while. So you really want to, you could consider setting up a separate savings account that you're putting a little bit of money into when you're outside of that sports season or on a break from that sports season, but you got to add that line item to your budget. Another great thing is to have your kids help out with that, right? Have them do the research on how much their activity is going to cost and talk about budgeting for it. Getting them involved at a really early stage helps them be accountable to their activity as well.
Absolutely. You know, you mentioned the travel. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that it's probably at least $1,000 for hotel, food for a family, for 2 nights stay over a weekend where you're traveling for, say, a baseball tournament or a dance competition. I mean, it is a lot of money and can be a significant burden on families.
Right. And you're not just, we have to think about not just the player that's doing the thing, but we're talking about gas money. And if you have other children that have to come also that are, you know, bringing coloring books and reading and activities, and you got to feed them too. It's not just one parent and one kid. Your whole family's involved. So it's really important to put that in the budget line item.
It's a whole thing.
It is a whole big thing.
Well, Lena, Bank of America always offers options for people, financial planning being one of them. Right?
Yes. Yes.
I'm right, right?
Yes. Come and visit us at any one of our 4 Knoxville area financial centers. We're happy to talk to you about your life plan. We're happy to talk to you about, we did school supplies. Now we're talking about extracurricular activities. We're about to start football season. You guys start budgeting for your tailgates. Everybody come. We'll talk to you about all of it.
We know you love a good tailgate.
I love a tailgate. I do.
All right. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate it.